going on, everybody? I'm back again with another video, and today I'm deep all the way up north in the Bronx by Bedford Park. It's a neighborhood that borders with other neighborhoods like Fordham. Also it borders with Norwood and Marshall Parkway, which is right back here. But I think I've only passed by one time, but I'm gonna go deep in the neighborhood to see what's going on. I think it's a residential area. Then we got like the main street over here, which is Bedford Park Boulevard. So I'm probably gonna walk the whole stretch, and then I'm gonna turn back and pass by the Grand Concourse, which is right here, and see what the neighborhood has to offer. So without further ado, join me. So as soon as you get off the subway station, this is what you get. Got Bedford Park Boulevard right here. I see street vendors and literally a car wash across the street. And I see this with some Venezuela flags. I don't know if they sell food over here. We got like some new developments ahead of me, but now let's walk forward to see what can we find. And we got like a gas station right here. Most of the times I don't see gas stations in Manhattan. Most of the times I see them here in the Bronx. But let's see what's going on ahead of me. I just passed Jerome Avenue. Now we are in Bedford Park Boulevard. So we're gonna walk all the way straight forward to see what's going on. So far, you know, they got business across the street, but it's not really busy. I see an African market. I see a Mexican market over here. Coffee shop, a couple of halal carts. In a lot of neighborhoods in the Bronx, they got main streets like this, you know, with business going on. Then they got the road that goes underneath and connects with another highway, so. But it's not too busy like if you walk in another avenue like Fordham or Mount Eden. So here is much more chill. You see like this new development popping up with the older buildings. So you can see that they're developing the area too. And this over here is Grand Concourse, which is a main road in the Bronx that goes all the way from north all the way south Bronx. And maybe one day I'll walk the whole stretch, and in this area you'll see the B train and the D train. So it's pretty residential, but I think I'm gonna walk the whole stretch towards the end of Bedford Park Boulevard. And it takes you all the way to the Botanical Gardens, which I've never been there, but I think it's like another area. So. And the thing about this neighborhood is not really big, but I think it's pretty much residential. But there's somebody in the comments telling me that's a pretty diverse area, so I came here to check it out to see what's happening underground. And they got food vendors across the street. So they try to manage. Then over here is gonna get pretty residential because I think all the streets are apartment complex. Then ahead of me, I'm gonna cross Valentine's Avenue, which goes all the way down to other parts. So I heard a lot of things about Valentine's. I guess the rough parts. I'm not sure if it's over here or deep down the other way. But I'm probably gonna do a detour to see what's happening. So I'm in Valentine, and so far this part here is pretty chill. So I think it gets rougher if I go down towards 183rd or that area over there. I think that's where it's rough. Because I have a friend and coworker that lives around, or used to live around there, and he used to tell me, and if you Google it, you hear like negative things about it. But so far, you know, pretty standard, nothing crazy going on over here. So here's 199, so it goes all the way towards the 180s or 170th Street. And I see new developments, and there's more here, but we're gonna keep walking Bedford Park Boulevard. So the main stretch of Bedford Park Boulevard is just residential. The only place where you see mostly businesses if you go by the 4 train line, which is one of the last, not the last, but one of the latest stops of the 4 train because it goes all the way to Norwood or Woodlawn. And there should be a hospital over there near Marshall Parkway. So, you know, here I can see some buildings are new developed. So I might be doing detours in some of the streets. This is Briggs Avenue. Now I made it to Briggs Avenue. It's a pretty nice street with the tree-lined streets. As you guys know, I'm a huge fan of it. You can see all the apartment complex behind me. So it's kind of giving me a semi-vibe of Soundview, but the difference about this is the buildings over here, they're a little bit taller. Soundview is mostly like 2- or 3-story houses or apartments. I'll show you what's ahead of us. You can see it's mostly, you know, like trees and apartment complex. And what I'm noticing is that the neighborhood is pretty diverse in terms of people, which is really cool, but you can see it's pleasant to walk around here. It's diverse because it literally borders also with Norwood, which I made a video there a couple of years ago. I might go back and do another video. But Norwood is super, super diverse. It has like a huge South Asian community, and it kind of gives you that vibes of Parkchester in the Bronx. So it proves you that the Bronx, you know, also has this diversity like any other of neighborhood in New York City. As you can see, beautiful apartment complex with the trees. It's a pretty pleasant area over here, I gotta tell you. A lot of people, they don't cover this area. Make it just all the way deep down. Not deep, but all the way up north in the Bronx, like almost an hour away from the southern part of Manhattan. Then over here you got some nice looking houses too. But now I'm gonna go to 201st Street and do 2 blocks and make it a Perry Avenue. There's like a little mini historic district with some nice looking houses. So I'm gonna show you what's going on. Oh yeah, every street here is beautiful. I like this apartments, the old historic buildings. And community, I guess school is over because I see people walking their children's in 201st Street right here, and we're gonna make it right. Wow, but look how beautiful the street is with the trees. I love it. So far, I gotta say, I'm loving this neighborhood, and if I was to choose to live in the Bronx, I think this would be one of the neighborhoods I could consider living. You know, it's just nice residential. It has a 4 train, the B and the D train. Even though it's deep up, but you know, it's much more chiller vibe, and I love the nature around here with the trees surrounding the apartments. So like I say, don't be afraid of the Bronx. There's a lot of things to see around this neighborhood. So lovely, but let's go forward so we can check out the mini historic district that they have here in Bedford Park. Look at these apartments, they look pretty cool. Wow, literally looks like a lighthouse. It's kind of giving me the vibes like in Marble Hill, which is the northernmost neighborhood in Manhattan too, but then ahead of me, I'm gonna make a little right, which is Perry Avenue, and it should be nice. But I'll tell you wow, every street that I'm looking around here, it's gorgeous with the trees and everything, wow. That's why when I was still new to the city, a lot of people tell me the northern I go up, the deep far I go up in the Bronx, the nicer it gets, and I believe it is actually true. Then over here should be the historic district. Every time when I Google this little section here in the Bronx, these are the apartments that be popping up. They're climb uphill, they climb up here. Well, I gotta say they're pretty nice, but I think it'll be nicer if I cross the street and we get like a better view. These are the apartments. The only no-no is this wires that they got over here. It's kind of giving me the vibes when I was visiting Asia, like the same wire and stuff like that. But apartment complexes are pretty nice and beautiful, so they do look nice with the trees and everything, you know, I gotta say. It's really cool. Then I'm gonna make it back towards Bedford Park Boulevard and walk all the way towards the end, Marshall Parkway in the borderline of the Botanical Gardens. And we'll see what's going on, but so far, the few blocks that I walk around here, they're pretty gorgeous, that's all I gotta say. Then over here we go. And one cool thing about the Bronx I mentioned in many videos is that they got tons of hills, so you can do cardio going up and down. And then the streets, you do little detours and it's like they got apartment complex and trees. Where this side it seems like it's a little bit more busy. So I see a couple of businesses, I see people chilling around. Got a gourmet deli right here. I gotta tell you, it's the end of September, but it's hot today. I guess summer's trying to say goodbye. You know, here's Webster Avenue. I see an empty lot, so I'm not sure if they're gonna develop something, but it's like a new condo or building over there. And then the park should be over there at the end. You know, usually Marshall Parkway goes like this, and it's busy over here, so they got like a bus lane. Then over here, the Metro North, it stops here by the Bronx Botanical Gardens. So one day I'm probably gonna go inside here. It kind of feels like if you're entering a university. Then we got Southern Boulevard. So you have an idea what's going on, you know, lovely parks, a lot of greeneries, but now I think I'm gonna turn back and make it to 198, which that's like the beginning or the ending of Bedford Park, and walk towards Grand Concourse and show you what's going on over there. Gotta tell you, I think the Bronx is really underrated. Like, it has so many things to do, so many hidden gems, you know. The thing is that it really gets that bad reputation that a lot of people are scared to come here, but just like any other neighborhood, there's good and bad, you just gotta use common sense. You know, walk one block down there and make a right and see what's happening on the other side. You can see the neighborhoods over here, how they're up in the hill. Most of the neighborhoods, they have trees. I mean, most of the streets, they have trees, so that's pretty cool. Like, another of my observations around here, they got a lot of cafeterias and delis here where they sell sandwiches and also little bites that you can grab, so I think that's something that's really cool. Gotta tell you, the heat is starting to kick because the thing is, we're being spoiled with the beautiful weather now. It went up to the mid 80s, almost 90s, and it feels a little bit hot. Wow, look at this street. It has cobblestones right here. This is cool. And it goes up the hill like this. Wow, amazing. So now I'm in 198. Gonna do a little bit of cardio here because we're going up the hill. But I'm gonna walk it towards the Grand Concourse. And I think it's gonna be pretty interesting when we see the residential buildings that this neighborhood has to offer. But so far I'm liking what I'm seeing ahead of me. I'll show. So even over here you can see how cool it is. Decatur Avenue. Yeah, the houses here, they look pretty nice. And this one in the corner looks cool too. Let me see if I can cross. And then the streets, nice and maintained, you know, with the trees. You can literally see how we're going up the hill. Going down is the easy part, but going up is the hardest part. And over here, I love how nice and well paved the sidewalk is. And then as you get, like, this building looks nice, the entrance, everything. Then they got regular family houses over here. So like I say, super residential neighborhood. And those hills, they were not too steep high, but it's still killing me with the cardio. But so many times you don't really need a gym. You need to go to the gym in New York City because all the walking, all the going up and down the hills, that's like a perfect workout. But I love it so far. And this part of 198th Street is pretty cool. They got a couple of flower shops, some supermarkets. I guess, you know, the closer you get to the concourse, the more activity you'll see. It's even like some street vendor here ahead of me. So, you know, people grinding and trying to make a living out here. Got a fruit vendor in the streets selling, you know, fresh fruits. Tell you, it's like almost every street in the Bronx, there is some type of action happening and worth to look at. And of course, you got this regular apartment complex right here. Then over here, old buildings that look pretty nice. And it just keeps going here. Well, I know there's tons of barbershops. And then here I made it to the Grand Concourse, which goes all the way down south. But I'm heading towards the north area. And this side over here looks way nicer in the south part of the Bronx. Like a lot of old buildings and a lot of residential buildings, you know, pretty wide street. So maybe one day I'm gonna walk the entire length and see how it looks like. You can see what's going on here. Some old buildings and wow, there goes a cop. It's pretty normal over here. He's going really fast. But then I think the more I go up bordering Botanical Parkway, the nicer it's gonna get. There's gonna be some small roads. I think it's gonna be pretty worth to look at. The reason I knew about it because I was doing a video a couple of years ago of Norwood, and then I walked around the area and I did a little detour by this side and I realized how beautiful it was, so yeah. Then what I like about the concourse is how wide the sidewalks are. So you could just walk in peace. But I think my only negative comment, and I mentioned it before, is mostly when you go uptown in the Bronx, a lot of people, they walk their dogs, but they don't pick up their droppings. So you just gotta watch your step, make sure you don't step on a dropping. So I think people should be responsible for the pets, you know, up here. And we got a regular street, 199. And across, and I don't know why, it doesn't get a lot of credit, but I really love the Grand Concourse. It's just like the way how the highway is designed and the architecture kind of feels like if you're somewhere else, you know, but this is the heart of the Bronx. And you can see it keeps going. And then over there I can see it's a new building that they built combined with the old architecture. Oh, they even got a bike lane, so over here, the Grand Concourse, I kind of like to call it, kind of like the semi-Queens Boulevard of Bronx. Something similar to that, like a busy highway with bike lanes and people can walk. And then the regular streets are quiet right here, combined next to the main highway, which is the Concourse. And with this side, we're kind of getting towards the ending, and over here, it kind of feels like if you're in a district in some of those huge cities in Europe, like Belgium. I'll show you ahead of me, and then you're gonna see some nice architecture in a little corner by the Botanical Parkway. Before I continue the Grand Concourse, I want to do a little detour here to show you some of the new developments that they pop up in the street. So as you can see, the street is going down the hill, and then they got a brand new building over here. Like I say, I can see myself literally living in this neighborhood. It's really cool. And you got the subway lines. So you got the old buildings like this, and then you got like a little modern building that they pop up over here. So it's something that's happening all over New York City and even Jersey, where they take and they develop neighborhoods, you know, but that kind of also caused the rent to skyrocket a little bit. But now let's make it ahead to see what's going on. And then back in the Grand Concourse, you got the B and the D train, Bedford. I could be wrong, but I think this is the last stop of the D train. But it goes all the way to Yankee Stadium, Manhattan. Then it passes through Brooklyn. And it's usually expressway. And then you see all the high-rise buildings over here, 204th Street. So you see not too many people. Not only is it giving me a semi-Queens Boulevard vibe, it's also giving me like a JFK Boulevard vibe in Jersey City, where they got the main street like this with apartment, residential buildings. You know, I love it here so far. You can see how impeccable the sidewalks is. This apartment has a balcony, so you can just chill here and look at the street. Like I told you, this is like a different type of vibe over here, which I love. Then I see a building over there at the end, which I've seen it when I went to make the video of Norwood, which is deep all the way up north in the Bronx. And we got some regular streets here that I'm gonna walk in a little bit, but I'm gonna walk it towards the end, then turn back, so you guys can see how nice it's gonna turn. You can see the residential buildings, the new one, with more apartments over there. Then one crazy thing, it's not even October yet, but I see some of the leaves, they're already changing the color. Even though in a few days it's where fall season starts. But yeah, it's pretty crazy, but ahead of me, some of the leaves are already turning into yellow. And that's the beauty about New York, you can see the four seasons. Here, this is a nice apartment complex, which I'm gonna go around in a little bit with the Marshall Parkway and the little park that passes by. And they got more beautiful architecture right here. So here you got the park, train station 4 train line, Marshall Parkway. So it's right over here, and then on the other side is Norwood. And then you get this here. It kind of reminds me of the other side of the Bronx where they got Pelham Parkway, which is also like there's a parkway with trees and apartment complex. And this seems like it's a new developed building right here. It's really cool, but I'm gonna walk forward and then one more block I'll make it right to see some of the architecture and streets. And then we're just gonna wrap up the video. So here you got a parkway, and then where you see those buildings over there, that's Norwood, which is also a really good neighborhood here in North Bronx. I gotta tell you, I love the vibes over here. Most of the people that live here, they're just working class people, you know, they go on with their business, they work, live their regular lives, you know, and you just show respect and you should be good. And we got this street here that looks pretty nice up the hill. I'm gonna go towards 205th Street because it does like a curve, and I think the architecture over there, it looks pretty nice. So I'm gonna do that, show you guys, and then wrap up the video here at Bedford Park, which is a really pleasant neighborhood in the heart of the Bronx. This over here is 205. And then you see in the corner, there's a new building that they pop up over here. But then you gotta combine with some of the older buildings. And of course, filled with the trees, which helps out with the temperature and the weather. And it keeps going this way. Some apartments push a little bit back. You see what's going on, then scaffolding like everywhere. And a new building that they pop up, combined with the old architecture and the construction workers, which makes it pretty interesting. And this building over here, I like it. Like the entrance, the details, goes up. It's like a semi-palace. And then more ahead of me. And then we are back again in Grand Concourse right here. And I think I'm gonna do my ending right here. So that was the end of my video. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for more. Be safe out there, everybody. God bless y'all, and peace.